national media published this video online. The video appears to show drag performer Eric Posey exposing himself to a public crowd.
But no, we gotta focus on the extremism and beat that drum when we're all missing the picture.
It's a picture the Coeur d'Alene police put together quickly. Police say they received complaints after the video was posted, but not from anyone who actually attended the event.
Later that same day, on June 11, 2022, there was a drag performance on the stage. However, the only reason this made news was because of the accusation one of the performers fully exposed themselves to the crowd, which included children. A blurred cell phone video supposedly censoring the exposure made the rounds online. Well, that video came from a North Idaho blogger who used it to encourage the public to call for Coeur d'Alene police to arrest Eric Posey, the drag performer, and to call for the Idaho Attorney General to charge that person with indecent exposure. But that blurred video blurred the actual truth.
Drag queens and children's exposure to drag shows have been a hot topic as of late, and one of the most prominent talking points is what children are being exposed to at some of these shows, which can be quite provocative. But about 2 years ago, there was a story concerning a drag queen that had openly exposed her genitalia to a crowd with children present. The event itself took place in Idaho and even had an armed response from a white supremacist group who were promptly arrested. The story grew like wildfire because it seemed to confirm what many had seen as writing on the walls, that people promoting the LGBTQ lifestyle also had ulterior motives. But the problem was that the story was made up and the video used as evidence had actually been doctored by an online blogger named Summer Bushnell. The drag queen in question, Eric Posey, then sued her for defamation.
Hi, my name's Summer. I was downtown watching all the U-Haul people get arrested. I thought I'd make a short video about what I saw. I saw them get taken out of the U-Haul. They got zip tied. They didn't take their masks off right away, but they did take their masks off as they patted them down and got ready to put them in a van to take them to be booked. All the focus is on the U-Haul guys. I think people are missing part of the picture. I am not for the sexual exploitation of minors, and I am not for people being, I guess I would call it, vulgar and inappropriate in public. I support our local sheriff's department. I think they did the right thing with the U-Haul people. Why did no one arrest the man in a dress who flashed his genitalia to minors and people in the crowd? No one said anything about it? That's not okay. And there's video. I'm going to put up blurred video to prove it. But that's what we're missing. And then the local liberals, who I'm not going to even name, but y'all know who you are. No locals were extreme. What are you talking about? All the local people were doing their thing and watching what was going down and trying to make sure everyone was safe. Okay, so when I was watching people get arrested, queued up to get patted down and processed, a lady in a pride shirt was standing next to me. She said, "Those are the Nazis. Those are the racists." And I think she knew I wasn't exactly promoting her side because of the shirt I had on. But we both agreed and we fist bumped. That's what we went out of this. Thousands of people were praying over all this for over a week. But no, we got to focus on the extremism and beat that drum when we're all missing the picture. Pardon me, I'm looking at my notes again. Honestly, we don't know enough, in my opinion, to know if this is a false flag or not. No one has enough information yet. And you know, if you know me, I hate Monday night quarterbacking, as I call it. And all the dehumanization going online. I'm not going to dehumanize you. I'm going to try not to. And why are we dehumanizing people because of their jobs? Being in law enforcement doesn't mean that's all they are. That doesn't define them as a person. Take it on a case-by-case basis. If you don't like what I have to say, don't comment. I'm just trying to get my words out from someone that was actually there and is trying to do things based on fact.
Is suing a Coeur d'Alene woman for defamation, saying she falsely accused him of exposing himself during a public drag show. Eric Posey performed at Pride in the Park back in June, and his lawsuit says blogger Summer Bushnell knew he did not expose himself, but posted a doctored video to gain popularity online. Bushnell owns and operates her own media company that provides digital marketing and strategy services. Posey says his reputation has been tarnished and he has suffered emotional distress from constant public harassment. He's now seeking money for damages and is demanding a jury trial.
But that blurred video blurred the actual truth. The unedited video showed there was no exposure, indecent or otherwise. Posey then filed a defamation lawsuit asking for $10,000 in damages. A North Idaho jury just awarded that and then some. Here's Joe Paris.
A North Idaho jury has awarded more than $1 million to a drag performer who was defamed by a North Idaho blogger.
Hi, my name's Summer.
Summer Bushnell runs the news blog The Bushnell Report, an outlet described as news from a liberty and freedom point of view. She posted in June of 2022 about the North Idaho Pride Festival, one that made national news for the arrest of 31 members of the white supremacist group Patriot Front. They were charged with conspiracy to riot at the event.
So I have some thoughts about this. I think that you can make a case that certain performances aren't for children, but I think the focus on drag queens is the wrong answer. Let me explain. We all know gentlemen clubs exist, and you probably drive past a number of them on any given day, but we don't hear stories about children being exposed to those types of performances. The real issue, in my mind, is the parents who willfully bring their children to these events. I personally think that the focus should be on parents putting their kids in these precarious situations, not the performers. You don't have to agree with their lifestyle choices, but they're paid to do a job. I agree that this woman should have been sued into oblivion since she knew that the performance itself was lewd, but no one was naked. She framed herself as just someone who reports the facts, yet she purposely misconstrued them in order to forward her social agenda. This makes her no different than the social justice folks who have to fabricate hoaxes in order to gain public pity. If you're using the same tactics as the people you despise, are you really that much different? It's not a surprise that she's now turned off the comments on her personal page.
Bizarre case involving the use of artificial intelligence in Maryland. Police say a former athletic director used artificial intelligence to frame a high school principal near Baltimore. Dazone Darian allegedly created a recording that made it sound like the principal was going on a racist rant. Investigators say that Darian was angry over the principal investigating his potential mishandling of school funds.
At Jussie Smollett's Anatomy of a Hoax.
It was a crazy scene that Jussie put on. He even said,
I would not be my mother's son if I was capable of one drop of what I've been accused of.
I'm like, dang, you ain't your mother's son, buddy.
Better get that birth certificate.
Right.
These hoaxes only give ammunition to your opposition. You create reasonable doubt in those who support your cause when you have to fabricate the evidence. If you have to deceive people in order for them to support you, then is your cause truly just? But tell me what you think. Do you agree with the court's decision to make her pay Eric Posey $1 million in damages? Do you think that the focus should still be on drag queens or more on the parents? Let me know in the comments below. I'm the Commentary King, and I'll see you around.